Her mom is absolutely heartbroken and horrified that whoever did this may try to kill her or her other daughters next, so she asked us to conceal her identity. Sheriff's deputies are passing out these flyers outside of the gas station with Hailey Winslows' picture on it, trying to get any information from customers about why somebody would go into this gas station, not to rob the place, but specifically to murder this woman. He's also hoping that maybe they'll join him in kind of picking up where they left off on the route and finishing the race so he can continue his streak of participating in every Gate River run. Why'd you do it?
I don't remember doing anything. They wouldn't allow for my mental health history to be stated to the media.
Hey, guess what? The principal can flip too. I'll explain coming right up. Go! The problem is this lake bed is full of pine needles and other organic material that has been living in this swamp for centuries. Look at how deep they have to go to get to the moist stuff. The fire is burning all the organic material on top. And not only can it jump over the containment lines, it can travel underneath the ground. And check this out, in just seconds, it's on fire. And I'm Channel 4's Hailey Winslow, live out here in undefeated Wildcat country where I lost my cheerleaders, but I'm stuck with these nice guys. Coming up, the offensive line coach and I go head to head, or should I say, teat to teat, in a cow milking contest. You also have to deal with stuff like this, all this vegetation that clogs up the creek, along with all kinds of other stuff we'll see floating down here. Another thing we always see, when the water rises, it floods the streets, and it can make it very dangerous for drivers. This right whale has fishing line attached to its tail, but that's not necessarily what caused it to die. Mary, it is a very strange case. There's a good chance that this boat either collided with or was run over by a cargo ship, but right now, there are just so many unknowns. What they'll do is they'll wrap themselves around your neck or your torso, and every time you exhale, they'll get tighter and tighter and tighter. He didn't think it'd be talked about this soon, but after further review, he decided to kick off the conversation. It's hard to imagine this section of Spanish Town, Jamaica used to be all sugarcane fields. But 7 years ago, thanks to Barbara Gilbert and Food for the Poor, now 14 families have a home.
It's been 6 weeks, and I keep thinking she's gonna walk in the door.
Rain Periwinkle looks over at the front door and down, knowing her little girl is never coming home.
It's beyond any nightmare I could ever imagine. I don't ever want any parent to feel like this.
She feels nauseous all the time, barely eats, can't sleep, and is now all alone.
My children are my light. When Cherish left, everything's gone. After Cherish left, my other girls left, everything fell apart. She played with them. She was always the mother. She was always the teacher. Sometimes I get mad at Cherish because she'd be too bossy. Life's too short, Hailey.
Periwinkle never imagined it would be so short for Cherish, kidnapped and killed by a sexual predator.
And this should never have happened. It's an abomination that he was ever let out. And I'm disgusted in the justice system for ever letting him out.
Now Periwinkle plans to do everything in her power to prevent this from happening to another child.
Because I fear for the next mother and the next parent that's going to be on TV. Could be tomorrow, could be in a few months, it could be a year. I don't want to see another mom like myself or Mark Lunsford or Mark Klass or Summer Thompson's mom, Dina Thompson. I don't want to see any more people like that on TV. It's devastating. And now I'm added to the list.
It's a list she's hoping to be at the bottom of if she can help get stricter laws in place so no other mother or father has to think about this.
If I could say one more thing to Cherish, what would it be? Wait for me at the gate.
It is so nice to see the sunshine and not have to use this anymore. I tell you what, this morning, cars couldn't even get down Cedar Street to get to Hendricks, and many people got stuck. If San Marco was on your route to work, you probably went through something like this. This is Chris Roderer trucking back to his SUV after pushing his wife's through. Her SUV was stuck in high water on Cedar and Naldo near Hendricks Avenue. I caught up with him on his walk back. Is she okay?
She's good.
Is the car okay?
The car's okay. She was a little panicked. She had the baby with her, but she's good.
What do you think of this water?
This is a little crazy.
Off Cassett Avenue under I-10, a similar scene. Water gushing onto the sidewalks. In some places, it looked more like the St. Johns River than a road. But cars plowed through it, and check out this guy riding through the flood on his bicycle. People in the area say part of the problem is clogged drains.
It gets real flooded, then the water started coming up over the wall. We had to move several cars back. Reason being because the water gets inside the cars, floods them out, and then we have to pay to get them redone. AutoMac 2 says last year it lost 3 cars for sale. This morning, employees had to move vehicles to the top of a hill. We can't get customers. Customers can't get in and out. Then it messes up our cars. City workers went by the drains and pulled out something that looked like the Loch Ness Monster. And in no time, the water receded. I'm told workers use something like this. It's kind of spongy and it's supposed to help keep the debris from going down the drain. The problem is it also prevented the water from draining, and that's exactly what happened earlier. The rain was a pain for people all over the place and definitely put a damper on drivers' days.
She probably thought, like a lot of people, that she could get through it, right?
Yeah, the car just before made it through, but hers did. I think the muffler got into the water, so.
Oh, goodness. And she was in an SUV, too.
Yeah, so.
It's hard to believe this road can flood this fast.
This whole area is this way, it seems, every other block.
And much drier now, but this is one of the problematic areas when we get a lot of rains. Another area is the Riverside Murray Hill area, and that's where Channel 4's Elizabeth Campbell spent the day.